Okay. All right. So hello, everyone. Again, just to recap, my name is Joe Cheney. I'm a senior here at EKA, and my project is Meeting New Friends, Making New Community, which is also known as Explore Knowledge Academy Anime Club that I made here. All right, so for table of contents, I will be going over what is anime for people in the audience who don't know, what got my interest into anime and why the school should care, the purpose and goals, the steps, the preparations I had to make for creating the club, what I could improve on, examples of anime in the outside community of EKA, and ways to access viewing anime in case anyone's curious, skills I gained from this project. And instead of the good, the bad, and the ugly, I decided to end it on a good note by making it the bad, the ugly, and the good. Artifacts, fun activities that were done in the club, lessons learned, and a special thanks. All right, so what is anime exactly? Anime is a style of animation that originates from the country Japan. Otherwise, it's known as Japanese animation. It can be either hand-drawn or through 3D computer animation. It can be adapted from manga, which if anyone doesn't know what a manga is, it's basically like a Japanese version of a comic book where they have picture panels with text to carry on the story onwards. Anime can take the form of many different styles of animation. It can focus on dark and serious topics relating to things like religious or tones or characters dying. It relies on action or relationships to progress a story. It can also feature characters that can be more relatable due to similarities of real-life conflicts and personalities. And it features colorful graphics, vibrant characters, and a wide variety of themes. All right, what got my interest in the anime and why the school should care? My interest in the anime began when I first saw Pokemon on the channel Cartoon Network. I was interested to the colors and innovations set by what an anime series can look like. It also served as a way of showing an artsy expression, and I think that the school should care because I wanted to gain students' interest by showing to them the cultural difference in the art style of Japanese anime. All right, purpose and goals. So I had to get a start on this project by first off creating the club, and the way I did that was getting the students to participate in some way in activities, and I also wanted to give the students at the school an experience to remember. So the steps that I had to take. So the first thing was getting the idea across to the school staff. This started back as far as the end of junior year when I was talking with Mr. Lujan, ultimately deciding that anime should be my senior project for next year, in which I had Mr. Gromlich to talk to at the beginning of my senior year in September, followed by getting the idea across to Kyra. Then after I got approval from all of them, the first thing that I had to do afterwards was to gain signatures from the students so that I knew that people were interested in participating in the club. So I had to also find a way to involve the outside community so I can have students interact with people outside of the club in some sort of way. And the last thing was make the club happen. I wanted to make sure that my senior project would end not in a failure, but in success. All right, so preparations. After talking to the staff, I created a signature form template to use, made 2 lunchroom announcements for gaining signatures, gave out flyers to gain student interest, and made an introduction keynotes for the club. And I premiered the club on October 6th of 2015. Right, so things that I could have improved on while making this project, I could have been more resourceful in talking with other members of the school staff. I could have compromised a bit more easier with the school staff, and it could be a bit more organized than what I originally had for the club. All right, so examples for people who are interested in seeing the community of anime, examples of anime in the outside community of EKA. These are like conventions. Examples of this are in Los Angeles. One of the biggest anime conventions there is Anime Expo. And if you want a local convention here, they have one in Las Vegas at the Alexis Park Hotel Resorts called Sabacon. Ways to access viewing anime. There are streaming services such as Netflix, if you look under the anime genre. And for one that's solely based around anime would be Crunchyroll. Skills I gained from this project. I can say that I got smarter from learning a bit more about the history of anime than I did before. I gained better time management. I knew what I had to do in terms of trying to guarantee events would happen. Improved organization, making schedules for the club, which I had a bit of trouble at first, but I improved on as I went on to the second semester. And I gained improved advertising for the club. It did teach me a bit more of how to gain student interest by trying to make announcements and posters. So the bad, the ugly, and the good. Right. The bad. There were loads of problems getting EKA Anime Club created, such as it took a month to finally get started. It started in early September. It was difficult to know how I wanted to present the club, whether I wanted to show a movie at first or if I wanted to do an introduction keynotes, which I ultimately decided I wanted to do an introduction keynotes for people who didn't know about anime who wanted to attend the club. And I had trouble with trying to make a decent schedule for the club at times that would work for both mine and Luhan's schedules. The ugly. So when I debuted this club on September 29th of last year, almost no kids attended on the very first day. This is only one student attended. This was mainly due to the fact that it wasn't appealing to the correct demographic, which I was restricting middle schoolers from being able to join in on this activity, and the club was poorly announced. I didn't make any lunchroom announcements and hardly any morning announcements for the club. So the good, once I finally got to making the morning and lunchroom announcements, the first successful day of club had over 20 kids attend on October 6th. I was able to have UNLV students come over to the club as guest speakers, and most of the club plans were meeting of expectations, if not surpassed them. All right, so I'm going to be showing some of the artifacts I made for the club. These range from things such as posters to flyers to sponsoring movie nights that we had. So as you see in the very upper left-hand corner, you can see the very first anime club poster that I had, followed by the one next to it on the right, which is my later one that would invite the middle schoolers to join in the club, as well as club flyers that I made for events that we would be having, and also posters for the second semester of when we would re-debut club back again for second semester. And another one here is just another basic information flyer showing to the students that admission was free and that it had multiple activities that they can participate in on the following Tuesdays that we had club in session. And on the right of it is a blank attendance signature form that I created, in which below it you can see the amount of signatures that I got from the other students, and I gained over 35 signatures on the days that I announced it for lunchroom announcements. All right, so this is the legacy artifact that I made. It is the EKA Anime Club scrapbook, which archives all the club events and participation which can be found in Mr. Gromlick's room. Then these are some of the pictures of the events and participations that we had in club, the activities that we did. And now on to the activities that we did. So for fun activities, we had anime drawing, anime bingo, anime wheel of fortune, EKA anime club guest speakers, followed by 2 movie nights that we had. All right, so anime drawing, I had to where the kids were able to draw pictures of characters based off of anime shows that they liked, ranging from shows such as Yu-Gi-Oh! To Pokemon. Anime bingo served as anime-themed bingo, following all the same rules of normal bingo, where the goal is to get a set number of panels in a row. I had all the students create their own different bingo sheets using the titles of anime shows and movies through a blank bingo template they had to sign. Anime Wheel of Fortune follows all the normal rules of Wheel of Fortune themed around anime, and I had puzzles such as anime names, voice actors, and even from manga series as well. Right. So the EK Anime Club guest speakers. For over 30 minutes in the club, we had UNLV Anime Club attendant Sean Lazarus, John Razzie, and Amanda Trevino interact with the EK Anime Club members. We went over topics such as anime tropes, introduction to anime, and favorite anime, and had over 12 students attend the club that day. All right, so that's just showing the first movie night that we had there for Spirited Away. Followed by the second movie night that we had for Pokemon, the first movie, celebrating Pokemon's 20th anniversary for the club. All right, so lessons learned. Never give up. Don't stop on your project if it ends up as a failure at first. I almost stopped late September, but decided that I wanted to keep going on after I found how successful club could be if you push towards your goals of making it successful through announcements and advertising. Always have fun with your projects. Do something that you will have fun participating in for a club, and not something that will bore you. Do something that's fun. Appreciate the friends that you have in life so that they can support you through a project and push you towards success. Carve your own path, which means to pursue your own interests and not what other people are interested into. More participants equal more fun. Always try to have more participants for more different possible outcomes that you can have for the club. And keep a positive mindset for the future of what you can obtain as a goal in life. So I wanted to give a special thanks to the friends and teachers at the school. All right, I want to give one to Mr. Webster for helping and giving me advice for how to improve my projects. And I've known him as a teacher since my 7th grade year in 2010. Michael Eigenroch, who contributed to my poster in creating memes, has served as a great friend since my sophomore year and attended my first movie nights. Brandon Edgel, last year, who helped me with Photoshop for my posters, became friends with him since the senior year that I was friends with him, and went to my club once and then never went again. Okay. All right, and also Tryston Stevens. He was the very first person as well as friend that I met at EK during my 7th grade. He attended my first movie nights and helped me with advertising the club with flyers, as well as helped me with 2 morning announcements. And to all my other friends I made over the years. From the senior year, on the left picture over there, on the left picture for my senior year, I had Garrett, Javion, Aubrey, Chase, and Don to give special thanks to. For senior year, for the picture on the right, everyone who attended my club, a massive thanks to Cheyenne, Nico, Ramses, Joey, and Lawrence for attending a majority of our club meetings, and to you, the audience, for helping me in making EKA's very first official anime club possible. Thanks to the UNLV students who attended my club as guest speakers. Thanks to all the seniors for supporting my work for the projects. A special thanks to Mr. Gromlich for serving as my advisory and helping me with setting up the schedules. And a special thanks to Mr. Lujan for being my advisor for 2 years in 10th and 11th grade, encouraging me to create this club, as well as being able to help me with all the club meetings, having me not give up on this project, and leading me down the path to success.